I say welcome everyone. Welcome back to the EOE network, aka the EOE channel. I'm your boy T Ford. Happy 2023. Welcome into 2023. It's been a minute since we talked. Now, I know you probably clicked on the thumbnail and was like, oh, buddy, you want 31 days without alcohol. Let's click on it and see why and see what was the results and see X, Y, Z. Don't worry, break down the whole thing to you. So, it's been an amazing journey this month. This isn't my first time going alcohol free for an extended period of time. I want to say back in what was it, year 2000, 2020. Myself, Lando says, go check out his channel. And family members, we all decided we was going to go without alcohol for the whole year. Now, that was fun. Then, of course, COVID broke out, but we stayed the course. And then that New Year's Eve, we broke fast. We broke our alcohol fast, and it was a beautiful thing. Now, this time around, it was different. It was the last time I had alcohol. I want to go back and say it was the December 31st, watching Michigan lose to TCU. And that night, I probably did kill a whole bottle or destroyed a whole bottle of bourbon. I'm a bourbon guy. Love bourbon. Love bourbon, love whiskey, love scotch. You name it, I love it. And I just felt there was a need to reset the body, reset the palate, because it got to the point where I was drinking bourbon and I was enjoying myself a little bit too much, but I was enjoying myself and call it what it is. And I started to notice like it wasn't really doing anything for me. I just started noticing like I was just drinking it just to drink it, and I really wasn't. My palate had developed had went numb to it, so I wasn't able to taste the finishing of bourbon. If you know what I mean when I say like the finishing, the caramel, the smoke, the et cetera, the vanilla. I wasn't able to taste that anymore because I was just swallowing it. And it was just like my body was like, okay. So it got to the point where I was just drinking it like it was Coke Zero. I love Coke Zero. I was just drinking it like it was Coke Zero. And it was just like, it wasn't doing anything for me. And it was like, I wasn't getting a buzz off it. And it was like at that moment where it was just like, I knew it was time to like hit the reset button because the road I was going down. Hell, and maybe came to the point maybe I had slipped into like a mild depression. I don't know. Could be. And I'm gonna call it what it is. It was like, but I recognize it. So before we go any further in this video, if you're one of those people, if you're someone who struggles with substance abuse from alcohol or any type of substance abuse, hey, raise your hand, seek help. And if you're one of the people who can control it, who can stop at will, kudos to you. That's a strong willpower. I have that internal switch built inside of me where it's like, if I say I'm not going to do something, I'm not going to do it. And that's what it was. But if you someone who's struggling with it, and I'm not here to promote drinking or whatever else, but if you enjoy it, you enjoy it. Hell, I got bottles over here on my bookshelf because I enjoy bourbon. And one day I'm gonna take another sip of it. Not gonna sit here and sugarcoat it like, oh, I'm never going back. Mm-mm. Cabinets may be looking a little dry right now, but that's neither here nor there. But if you're suffering from substance abuse or a substance problem, seek help. There's many hotlines out there. There's many resources out there for you. You don't have to go through that battle alone. And if you was like me and you start thinking like, I'm just drinking this stuff just to drink it and it's doing nothing for me, you may either A, be depressed, or B, have a substance problem. So I don't know, but I'm not here to judge you. So I'm just here to break down what happened to me. So my palate was no longer getting the tingle or anything else. So I wasn't able to enjoy the full taste of it. I was just drinking it just to have it. Then one day I woke up and I realized I just had stuff on my nightstand. Here's a picture. I just had bourbon just laying on my nightstand next to the bed. It was just like, damn, all right, maybe I need to cut back a little bit. So I told myself on January 1st, since it started on a Sunday, that I wasn't going to drink anymore. So after the TCU game, that was it. That was my final sip. And I was like, I'm done. Now, the next morning, I weighed myself. Shocker. You can see the picture right here on the scale. Your boy was a big fella. I reached up to like 261. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, but that's what happened. When you just drinking, you can work out every day, but when you're doing certain things, as they always say, you can't outwork a bad diet. Man, I was enjoying myself, and then I was like, whoo, hit that scale, like ooh. That boy said, ooh wee, and I said, ah. So that was the first thing I noticed. The scale said 261. This morning, day 31/32, whatever day it is, hit the scale, solid 246, working your way down, 86 point some miles on the bike this morning. Drop one for me. That's what I do. So that's another thing it helped with. The weight came down for the simple reason is I wasn't snacking as much. Now I ain't saying my diet is all in check because hell, at the end of the day, man, I love a damn Reese fast break. I love these damn things. I got them hidden everywhere across the house. February, I'll try to give it up, but I enjoy candy. I ain't gonna sit here and hold you up. I love candy. I ain't the only one, but I'm able to admit my flaw. So maybe if I would have eliminated that, maybe I probably would have reached like 20 pounds, but who knows? Neither here nor there. So the weight came down. I feel good. So the weight wasn't the ultimate goal. It was just like to look good and feel good in your own skin and your body. And that's where we're at today. Now, day two, I did something to really help jumpstart my reset of my body. I took some castor oil. If you never took castor oil, if you never have ingested castor oil, it helps to detox the body. It's pretty much like a laxative. And once you take it, you better be at home or you better be somewhere where you're comfortable because you're gonna do a lot of number two. You're gonna be running to that bathroom a lot, and it's gonna clean you out. So that was day two. That was to help with the reset and then flush you out because you have to drink a lot of water with it, and it tells you, give it 4 to 6 hours before you feel like your first bowel movement. And once it starts, it starts. So I ain't trying to gross somebody out, but that was one of those things that I did, and it was very beneficial. Next thing I saw, next results I started to see was my resting heart rate lowered tremendously, very much. I want to say when I started, I want to say like back in December, the last day I checked, my resting heart rate was like 58 or 60. That was a little high for me, but now it's like 48, 47. So it dropped tremendously, of course, with the weight coming down and the amount of exercise I did. I think I did over 500 miles or something this month on a bike. That's major for me. So I applaud myself. It might not be a lot to a lot of people, but that was it for me. Next thing I saw was a better recovery after training. Now that's one that I thoroughly appreciate because if you ride a bike for 30 miles, you do exercise, you're in the gym, you clanging and banging, you doing whatever, you stretching, like you want that recovery so you can get back at it tomorrow. And that recovery came a lot quicker. So the soreness was going away rapidly. It wasn't like, of course you're gonna have your DOMS, your delayed onset muscles onset, whatever syndrome. You're gonna have that, but it wasn't as severe. And we've been getting after it in the gym lately, so it wasn't as severe. And it was just like, man, I appreciate that. So that's one of those things that you can look forward to once you give it up. And then it's like the motivation that you have to get up early in the morning or whenever you choose to work out, it's there. It's like, man, you are just like not dragging because, when I was drinking and it was just like, it was a drag. It was like you get up and go work out, but it was like the amount of effort you exerted to hype yourself up to go work out, just to walk in the basement to work out, to hop on a bike. It was crazy. It was just like, ugh. Then it was just like the workout took forever to get going because it was just like you trying to shake off the effects of the next day. It's like, yeah, I couldn't really, I was just drinking it, but it's like it still had an effect on your body. Wasn't really tasting it, but the effects still lingered off to the next day. All right, what else? Hey, then I started. Then I said, all right, since I'm giving up alcohol, I'm not gonna shave. I'm not gonna shave my head. So the boy grew out his hair a little bit. Got the George Jefferson going on. If y'all can see it just a little bit, your boy got some hair. Walking around here looking like KD right now, boy. That's something that's gonna leave though here in a couple of days because I got enough on the sides to get them ways. I could probably get like a 270. Can't get a 360, but your boy can get a 270. And part the Red Sea in the middle, but shit, 270 is dangerous right now. Ooh, I might try it. That might be it. Nah, I ain't gonna do that. But if I painted, I had a LeBron going on though. So hey, if it's working out here in these streets, you can make it happen. So no, so that's another thing right there. It's like starting to grow out the hair, everything else. Now it's just like the way you feel. It's amazing. As I mentioned earlier, your boy feels amazing. You know, the where I'm at mentally, a lot of mental clarity. Where I'm at physically, I'm in a different stratosphere, and I'm excited because they say once you start giving up something, you normally get something in return, but you can't look forward that way. Got accepted into Unbound. So that's a plus right there. So if you don't know what that is, one of the biggest gravel races in the United States, out in Imperial, Kansas, somewhere out there in Kansas, the first weekend in June. So your boy going to Kansas. That's something to look forward to. Starting tomorrow, I will officially be the start of my cycling season. So training will pick up tomorrow, February 1st. It will pick up a little bit. So what's first on the radar? We'll stay local. I think we have the Barry Roubaix, April 15th. I think we're gonna follow that up with another race local. Um, I think it's like three races local. Then we go out to Kansas. Then I think I will finish here in Michigan with Michigan Coast to Coast. So that's something to look forward to. So that's a lot to look forward to right there. Then with kids, sports, and everything else coming up, you gotta stay alert. So got back in the pool, so we swimming again. Swimming is amazing right now. Able to like swim down and back, down and back. So I don't know what that is. What is that? About 200 meters nonstop. I think it's something like that. But hey, that's good for your boy who's not technically a swimmer, but we getting there. Bowling is amazing right now. Now, what's next? What's next? That's just me, just keeping it real with y'all. So what's next for me? Like I said, if I can give up sugar for 28 days in February, so of course to give up sugar, that means you gotta say, hey, you gotta stay off the liquor too. Well, liquor's gone right now, so you can just give up the sugar, and we can see how we feel after that. I think that's the next goal. So join me next month. Let's go no sugar. Let's do no sugar February. I think that'd be the way to go. Let's do no sugar February. Also in February we got 28 days. Let's 2,800 push-up sit-ups. 100 a day, or however you get there. I don't care if you do 200 every other day. Let's do that. No sugar, 2,800 push-ups and sit-ups, and let's see how we feel at the end of February. But hey, I thank y'all for this journey. I thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for clicking. If you haven't already, hit that like and subscribe button. Tell your friends to come on over, because we got some more great content coming. Because hey, got some new toys to play with. So as I mentioned, tomorrow is the beginning of cycling season. I wonder what I have in store for y'all. You know, Cycling, the heavyweight division, love it. So as always, y'all continue to be good. Y'all continue to be great. Hey, we'll talk to you again soon.